I was questioning whether I should do this video because today I'm going to be doing housekeeping. You might have seen in the previous videos that I was pushing this project to its limit CPU wise. I mean, if we just jump somewhere here, you can see it going all over the place, especially when we were trying to listen to this drop up here. There we go. And that's not good. So what I do when things start getting this hectic is look at this project. It's a huge mess and I just need to tidy it up. So I'm going to go through and just delete things that aren't being used, move things into the right areas. It's a pretty administrative, boring task, but you know, these daily decibels, it's me in my everyday life and how I produce music. So this is something that needs to be done. So let's go ahead and do it. Now the first thing I'm going to do is just go through and look for any empty tracks that don't have any clips in them. So it's pretty obvious to see that these two and this group don't have anything in them, and I'm just going to delete them. You know, as we've built this track, we've thrown down heaps of new ideas and then kind of ditched them, then new ones and then ditched them. This one here, a diva, really resource hungry synth, and here we just have some chords which are muted. So I mean, what are these? So I'm just going to completely remove that. Because it's muted, I know that we haven't used it and it's not going to be part of this particular drop. So that's gone. Okay, here's our big pad that we made in the previous videos. That's all good. This wavetable doesn't appear to be doing anything. Oh, it is taking its MIDI in from the sub, and it does have monitor on, so that probably does do something. So I'm going to leave that there. So we have subs, sub break. So this doesn't appear to be doing anything. Let me just play it. Nope, so I don't know what that does, so it just goes. I kind of get to a stage where I'm just like, right, chuck it in the bin, throw it out. This bass is good, this bass is used. Here is a bass group with a bunch of stuff in it. So these are all used. And we can see we're running quite a lot of hybrid reverbs. That one's not being used. Even though it's not on, I'm still going to get rid of it. So some things I would look at is, you know, am I able to combine some of these and just have one reverb? But we'll get all the synths and CPU hungry things out of the way first. I don't know what's going on there with the Serum FX. In fact, what's going on this Wobbs track? Okay, we've got a lot of shit. I'm just going to delete that because it's obviously not used. Again, I'm not going to think too hard about it because it sounds good how it is. Wavetable, wavetable, wavetable. Boom, boom. Here's our main kick. Here we have drums and stuff. So this just has a slight glue compression on it to bring everything together. There's a lot of stuff on this track. Okay, closed hat, good. Hat, 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 hat. These are all being used. So these are all important, and they're all kind of probably sample-based stuff. So I'm not too fussed about those. This audio track is not being used. And also this is not being used at all, and this has got heaps of samples. So let's get rid of that. Used, we've got another group here. So these are Foley hits, okay. So we might even need to do some freezing here, but that's okay. So there's our snare. These are our roll probably roll transients, and they're all being used, so we should keep those. Fills, good, good, good. I've done pretty good at naming things, which is good. Click. What does the click do? So that's a click. And here, what is this? We should name this as we go. Just call this Vox click, just because it goes in time to the click. Freeze vocals. Is there actually anything here? Oh, it's a group. And this is disabled. So you know what? I'm just going to remove this completely. Oh, and of course one thing you must do, which I haven't done, which I should have done at the start, is save it as something else. So we'll call this housekeeping, just so I know where to roll back if I need to. So what I would do once I've gone through all these And we should name these correctly as well. What do we got here? I'm just going to call this chords. Once I've kind of established that I've deleted everything that needs to be deleted, I'll start freezing things that that I know sound okay and I probably won't need to touch again. Like this pad would probably be a good one. So we got a lot going on here. This is good. I'm going to keep all the muted clips in there. So Vox Doot. What's this? Oh, we do have a little... This is just a really quick little... but it needs to stay. But something like that we could freeze. We've got our main up. We've got a lot going on here. Yeah, melodic Terries. Is this being used? Doesn't appear to be used. Another good way to figure this shit out is to make the grid size massive, because then you can kind of see if there's any leftover clips. This is used. What's going on here? So that's not being used. Get rid of that. Reverbs, washi pads. What's in this group here? So we appear to have nothing in this group, but we've got a lot of effects, so we'll get rid of that. And then two, we're not using this audio track. Get rid of that. These are all muted. So let me just have a listen. In fact, they might all be disabled as well. They are. I'm not even going to listen to these. These are gone. The track's at a stage where everything's sounding pretty good. I don't want to have the distraction of going back. Anyway, I'm repeating myself. Yeah. Unsure. Does this have any content? It's pretty shoddy. Nah, I believe this is all. This can all go. This factory is muted, so I'm going to have a quick listen to it. See if it's any good. Nope. So that's a good saver there. This MIDI, what is this doing? I'm not going to delete this straight away because this might be sending MIDI information to somewhere. Vocal hits, we should zoom out completely. This is not doing anything. So again, yeah, a bit of a tricky video to keep terribly entertaining, but this is, you know, the reality of producing, especially when you get to the end game. Good, 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 good. Invoice, get rid of that. And of course the other reason this is really handy is when I want to tidy up all my tracks and put things next to each other, there's no kind of random shit lying around. Sparkly, what's sparkly? Oh yes, this is a rain stick. I should call it FX Sparkly. This is FX noise. And this audio track is not being used. Okay, so I'm pretty confident that I've removed all the unnecessary tracks for now, which is good. Let's go ahead and I'm just going to check to make sure none of them are muted. This one is muted. And it's not doing anything. So there's a whole chain of things. Reverbs are the killers. So let's just get rid of that completely. That's gone. Any more muted tracks? There's another one. Brass low. What do we got here? No, so I'm not into that. So that's going. What is on this audio track here? I'm a bit scared to check this. Look, I don't think I'm going to need that. Because I'm pretty sure we've already got that resampled somewhere. Let me just play it from here. Yeah, so that's going. And what else? Anything else muted? Why do we have... So delete the automation on that mute. You don't want that. Did I see one more? So shit, how many tracks we got? 87. So, you know, we would have had a lot more than that before. So now the process of, let's just name things appropriately. This is, I'm going to call this bass from sub. This is the main drop pad. Good, good, good. These will do. If things are in groups, that's fine. There's our kick, drums and stuff. Click, that should probably go on the drums and stuff thing. Actually, no, I'll keep it out because I don't want it to be glue compressed. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Getting messages. Melodic Terry's. Terry's is kind of, I don't know, I can't explain it. It's little glitchy sounds. What did this wavetable do? Oh, look, we found a straggler. We found a stray. So let's get rid of that wavetable. What did this MIDI clip do? This I don't think this does anything, so I'm going to delete it. Let's just name this properly. What do we got here? That's just another vocal hit. So you can go away. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. Now I'm just going to rearrange a few things. So the kick I'm going to put at the top. Usually I put the kick or the sub at the top. I'm going to put the kick up the top for this one. And then I go for the sub. So here's another sub. The way I could do this is bring this main drop pad down to where the synths are. So you can see around here, this is where the synth starts, so I'm going to drag it here. These wubs, I think these are bass wubs. Let's just double check that. Yep. So that's good, they're in the right places. Bass, 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 bass. Then we've got drums, drums, pads. Yep, so we want all the synths and pads and stuff to be together. Then I've got all these kind of vocal hits. And these are all together as well. And then I've got basic effects and stuff. So this is actually nice and neat. I've done a good job at keeping this all together. What I will do is I will group all of the effects. We'll call that FX. That can go away. Then I'm going to group all the vocals. Box. So we've got lots of little vocally stab stuff. Then we've got all the synth stuff. I am just going to bulk group it all together into one chunk. How good is groups and groups, by the way? Synths. And even though that click is slightly out of place, that's fine. And now I can put all the basses together. Bass. So let's go back to the drop and see if we hit CPU. We probably will. Let's check out what's using the most CPU. Oh, it seems like this outer spaces, which is muted. So that's interesting. So I don't actually see much use for this. I do think I use this somewhere. That's important. Let's open that up and have a look. So there it is there. So I think it gets used here. There's a bit of a trip out. And it seems like, I can see how I'm pushing it up with the limiter. It seems like I might use it here as well, but I might have gotten lazy and just not done anything with it and gone mute. Let's have a look. So that's obviously a no-go. But hey, we're not clipping the CPU, which is good. Yeah, that's super intense. So what I'm going to do here is, what vocal... Actually, I don't need to figure out what vocal it is. All I'm going to do is make a new return track. I'm going to go Vox breakdown. I'm going to choose resampling. I'm going to solo that out of spaces. And let's just resample that. So I'll wait for the tail to die. It doesn't matter too much, but I'm going to resample that as an audio clip, and then we can just remove that out of spaces. Let's go. I feel like that's good enough. So let's just listen to that, make sure it's all good. Make sure it works with the track, so let's mute the return. And I'm going to give this a fade. Definitely needs to be EQ'd a little. Don't want to turn this into a production stream, but just while I'm here. So you can see this is problematic frequency, so we'll just bring that out. A little bit more Q. A little bit of gain. Very good, so now I can delete that out of spaces. You're gone. Okay, let's just go ahead and save this as 2.16 housekeeping. And I want to go back and have a look at the CPU. I want to try and see if there's anything that's really hogging. Again, CPU meter's so good. So this was using a lot, so it's reverb. Let's have a look at the drop. So it seems like these voice boxes are using quite a lot. You can see the CPU all peaking around here. But let's have a look at the drop and see what happens. Seems like this one is pulsating a lot without any active levels. So let's have a look and see what's going on there. Another out of spaces. So we don't seem to have any compressors here. Do we have any compressors on these vocals? So I believe I can safely freeze these tracks. This could take quite a while. I will edit these in post if they take ages. Let's just go ahead. And they are going to take a while, so here's some magic. So what I've actually gone ahead and done is, when trying to choose what tracks I wanted to freeze, I just went, why don't I just do pretty much all of them, all of the ones that have synths on them. So you see I've frozen kind of this bass, which has a lot, and pretty much all of the synths. And you can see it's idling now on a much lower CPU. So, I mean, this is good because the track is near completion. If I need to get something, I can just unfreeze it, work on it, and then freeze it again. So let's just have a listen now and watch the CPU. A lot better. But we've run into an issue. Something strange has happened. What I think has happened might have happened is it's still playing. All I can think of is it's still playing clips that. This is strange. Clips that were disabled. Disabled, maybe? No. Okay, that's good. Ah, I've left the resampling on. And then I've frozen it. That's interesting. So it's kind of doubled back and frozen the resampled track, I think. Let's unfreeze that, see if it fixes things. Need to click this. Let's just make this external in. Okay, I think we're good. Man, I thought that was so much worse. We still have quite a high CPU, but I suspect that might be coming from this main drop pad. Okay, so this is working now. I'm real happy. This is a lot more tidier, a lot more CPU friendly, and as I said, I can pick and mix unfreezing stuff as I please. So I'm going to leave it there. That is that's kind of my basic housekeeping. Other things I would do if I cared enough would be to color things and stuff like that, but I'm not going to do that for this. Let me know if you followed this video to the end. I'm really not anticipating too many people are terribly interested in this, but if you are, let me know and maybe I'll do it again sometime.